nice and cozy. Welcome, everybody. I'm Gino. Today, we're going to do a bit of easy movement, some breathing exercises, and meditation. So, find yourself a really comfortable position. It could be in a chair, it could be on the ground, you could be lying down, whatever feels good to you. And we'll start just by kind of shaking it out and moving any energy that you need to move out. So some people like to physically pat or smooth the energy in that way. Just getting yourself ready and in the moment, your body, here and now, whatever that looks like for you, but really getting out of your head and feeling, what does my body feel like? What do I feel like in my body today? So thinking about where your feet are, making them solid and balanced, where your hips are. Maybe you tip left and right and really find that center space, or tipping forward and backward and really finding that place that feels like home, that feels like you're grounded, and that feels like you're really stable, both left and right and front and back. So do what you need to do. And then when you feel like, I've arrived, here I am, I'm in my body, we'll come to a nice tall seat. We'll think about dropping the shoulders and opening the chest, shining the heart out and up. And one way you might like to do this is you can just hold the sides of your chairs, or if it's accessible, you can grab for opposite wrists or opposite elbows behind the back, and just looking slightly up, shining the chest forward, stretching the shoulders, feeling the stretch in the back, putting a little back bend in the spine. Making sure you can still breathe here, because if it becomes difficult to breathe, you may have gone a little bit too far into the stretch. And just come, if that's the case, just come back a little bit. We'll take a breath in and let it go. And then if your hands are behind the back, you can let those go. Maybe you interlock the fingers and roll the wrists if that feels good to you in your body. And we'll shake that off. And we'll do a little bit of twisting, starting just with the head and neck, the cervical spine, looking one direction until you feel a little bit of resistance. And then moving the eyes to look farther behind and seeing if there's another inch or so in your capacity to move the neck a little bit. And again, find a space where you can still breathe, where it still feels comfortable, where you're stretching, but that's not like, I can't wait to get out of this. Somewhere you feel like you could be a little bit for a little bit. And then if you like, you can take the opposite hand on the opposite thigh and get your thoracic spine involved, dropping one shoulder back, bringing the opposite shoulder forward, sitting up nice and tall, inhaling and twisting on the exhale. Inhale to lengthen the spine and exhale to twist. Inhale and exhale. Getting tall and seeing if there's any more twist, twist, twist. And then we'll slowly come back using the eyes along the wall, nice and slow, so there's no head rush. Coming back to center, and then maybe rolling the shoulders if that feels good in one direction and the other direction. And then we'll do that same twist on the other side again, starting with the neck. Just looking, seeing where you find the first bit of resistance, and then using the eyes to look a little farther and seeing if there's any more space. Maybe you've got another inch. And then you can stay here, or you can use the opposite hand on the opposite thigh, thinking about getting nice and tall in the spine, dropping one shoulder back, bringing the other shoulder forward, Sitting up nice and tall on the inhale and twisting over the shoulder on the exhale. Inhale to lengthen the spine and exhale to twist. Inhale to sit up tall and exhale to twist and twist and twist. And then if that hand's on the thigh, you can let it go and slowly walk the eyes back towards forward. Roll the shoulders if you like. Roll the neck if you like. And then if your body is asking for any other movements, now is a great time to do that. You might feel tension in your jaw, and maybe you chew like a camel or give yourself a yawn. Or you might be feeling tension in the shoulders, so maybe do some arm circles or some stretching. Be intuitive, ask your body what it wants, and then see if you can make that happen. Maybe it's your legs or your hips that are asking for some movement. You don't have to worry about looking a certain way or doing it right. Your body knows. Trust it. Go with it. Move with it. Feel free. Feel open. Feel empowered to give your body whatever motion it's craving. We spend an awful lot of time sitting in our day. When we are moving about, it's often with a very specific purpose. And the purpose is just release, let go, enjoy, discover what it means to be in this body today. And then when you're ready, when you feel like you've moved sufficiently, come to a quiet, relaxed, tall seat. You can close your eyes if you like. You can also simply lower your gaze. And we'll come into the breath. Just noticing it for now, just being aware of it, of how fast or slow it is. Often when we observe the breath, it naturally slows down, but you don't need to control it. And just see, where can you feel the breath? Is it mostly in the chest today? Is it mostly by the nostrils today? Is it down in the belly? Is it in the back? And then if you like, you can set an intention for this practice. How are you coming into your body? What is it that you would like more of in your life? And then put it in present tense. I am joyful. I am playful. I am calm. I am well-resourced. Whatever it is that you are craving, state it as if it has already happened for you, to you, and let the power of the universe help guide and bring more of this into your life. We don't have to be so precious and clinging to this. Let it go into the ether and it'll come back in the ways it's supposed to. And then I'll invite you to really focus on the belly and invite the breath down into the belly, filling the belly all the way. And then exhaling slowly as the belly sinks back down. We're going to do a few breaths like this, filling the belly up. And then slowly exhaling through the nose or through the mouth, whichever you prefer. And letting that exhale be calm and extended and long. One more just like that. Letting the shoulders relax, letting the hips sink into what's beneath you, letting the palms be palms up or palms down on the lap, but letting them be light, letting the hands rest easily. And then coming into a breathing pattern that feels right and natural in your body. We're going to do a countdown from 10 so that you don't need to control the breath. We're just going to focus on the breath. So inhaling and exhaling 10, inhaling and exhaling 9, and carrying on like this. If you lose track, it's fine. Start back at 10. If you get to 0, that's fine. You start back at 10. The point is not the counting. The counting is a helper in bringing our mind to still, quieting some of the busy chatter, bringing us to the here and now so that we're less likely to ruminate about the past or worry about the future. We can be in this present moment, which is all we ever have, really. Nice and slow and gentle. In and out through the nose where you can. Feeling the belly, the lungs, the chest. Feeling the cool air come in and the warm air come out. And then wherever you are in your counting, it's fine to let it go. And then I invite you to visualize a celestial being, a planet, a star, an asteroid, a comet, our sun, a moon. It could be real or unimagined. Something that resonates with you, something that's quite beautiful, quite striking. And let it shine down from the crown of your head through your third eye, shining down past your throat, into your heart, into the belly, through your pelvis all the way down to the toes. Let this light be a bit of a protector, a bit of a guide. Maybe it has a specific color or a specific quality. Sit with it. Perhaps this light in this celestial being has a spirit associated with it. Maybe that spirit has an entity, an animal or a creature or a human presence, or maybe it's just omniscient. What are the qualities? What does it look like? And how does it make you feel? Perhaps you have a question that you'd like to ask or a piece of advice you'd like to seek. Go ahead and ask for what you need. And then we'll sit and wait, see if there's an answer. And perhaps the answer's not as clear as you'd hoped, and you have something you'd like to clarify or a follow-up question. Go ahead and ask. And then wait for the reply. And then from what you've learned, make a tiny plan. What's the one next, very small step? The thing that you can do for yourself to bring you a little bit closer to what your heart desires. And then let the celestial being, the guide, go back into the ether, up into space, out through the solar system, back to where it came from. But remember that it's always out there, even in the daytime, even when we can't see any stars, even when things feel really tough. You can always come back to the breath, and you can always ask the tough questions, and you can always wait and see what the response is from the universe. I invite you to take a big breath, filling the belly, the lungs, the chest, and hold it at the top for a few seconds. And then exhale slowly through pursed lips like you're blowing out a birthday candle. Feeling yourself sink into what's holding you. And if you like, you can do that again. Inhaling, filling the belly, the ribs, the chest, until you're totally full of air, holding just for a few seconds at the top. And then when you feel the urge, slowly exhaling like you're blowing bubbles through a straw. Sinking into the earth beneath you. Coming back to your intention, holding it in your heart. As we gently think about coming back into the rest of the day. Maybe you gently touch your thumb to each one of your fingers. Maybe you wiggle your toes or lift the heels and lift the toes off the ground. Maybe you turn your head from side to side, nice and gently and slowly, seeing how that movement feels in the body. And then only when you're ready, gently blink your eyes open and look around. Stay where you are. maybe moving your limbs a little bit and reacquainting yourself with your surroundings before you go off into the rest of your day. Thanks for practicing with me today.